Hi guys, I am John Carrick, author of Legacy of a Mad Scientist and The Legend of Ashley Fox. Today we're looking at Conan 148 by Marvel Comics along with World Fantasy Tarot card The Chimera. It's pretty cool. Sort of the Blanca colors from Street Fighter. But yeah, The Chimera. And here we go, Conan 148. Sort of a bummer of a cover. Got folded wrong, but what does the back look like? Oh yeah, lots of extra margin on Kool-Aid. This cover could be taken almost right out of the comic, although it's not quite accurate. But yeah, it really tells you what's going on. And I love that this is set in Northern Europe. England, it looks like to me, with all the rain. It's just beautiful. It's drawn really well. Again, this is John Buscema. Bruce Jones on the script. Ernie Chan is back as the inker. Janice Chang on letters. George Russos still is our colorist. And Louise Jones and Jim Shooter. So yeah, this is beautiful. This is really well done. Again, 22 pages of John Buscema art. It does not feel as overdone as the last one. The last one had like a 6-page bar fight that really didn't apply to the story. This has none of that. This is about as concise as you can get. There's a little bit of back and forth, but it's still pretty good. It's called The Plague of Forlic. And here we go. So Conan is hungry, cold, starving. He has no food and no money. All he has is his Roman cloak and his sword. I do love that Conan so often appears like a Roman soldier who's deserted the army or been separated from his unit. The red cloak is really beautiful. And he rides into this town. Instead of his blue shirt, he's got a yellow one this time. It might just be might be mail in the rain, you know. Give me one moment. Hold on. I'm going to open this up a little bit. I usually do that part while I'm reading it, but today I did not. So yeah, here we go. Conan rides into a military camp. It's raining, it's soaked. It seems deserted, and then he gets attacked. And he fights back and discovers these guys are all like they have some kind of leprosy, some kind of plague that is attacking their skin. And this is very much Ernie Chan. I can tell the difference between I've learned to really see the difference between John Buscema and Ernie Chan. Ernie Chan is a little heavier with the inks in the darkest part of the shadow. You see him in like right here. You see it right here on his elbow. With John Buscema, that would be much smoother and much lighter and much finer lines. His inking is, it really brings out his artwork. But you know what? They're pressed for time. They have to put out a whole story every month. And this is 22 pages, not 17. It's an extra 5. That would be what? 2 Saturdays a month? No Fridays off? So here we go. That's if he's a page a day. He's fighting these guys. They explain that they've been cursed. This is a Romeo and Juliet story. There's 2 kingdoms right next to each other. The kings hate each other, but the prince and princess fell in love. I don't remember their names. They're not main characters. The only main character is the wizard. So here we go. This is the backstory. And now, look, again, we have Ernie Chan back on ink, so we get the heavy black line and curved edges for flashbacks. This is the story about how the wizard saw essentially, these guys are the soldiers of the king's army of the prince, not the princess. So this is the town that the prince came from. And they claim that he was murdered by the other army, and then they went to war with them. And now they've been stricken with this plague by the wizard, Forlic, who is the king's wizard of the princess's army. And they're all dying. And they've also found this monkey nearby. They don't even know what to call him. None of them have ever seen a monkey before, but he's really friendly, and etc., etc. Also, they have no food but this fruit that they found growing in the forest. Some sort of sweet fruit. should already be able to tell what's going on just from those pieces I explained. Conan takes a bite. The monkey won't touch it. That should tell you everything. When he reaches the other kingdom, he gets blasted in the back of the head with a mace. Wakes up surrounded by spears, strapped to a chair. This is the other king, the princess's father, and he claims that the other guys murdered his daughter and have cast this plague upon them, and they're going to get to the bottom of it. Conan puts up with this for a little while. Obviously, there's something wrong here. The wizard comes in and starts talking mad shit and demands that the barbarian be brought to his chambers. Conan snaps his ropes, starts attacking these guys, kills one of them with the spear, grabs the king and walks the king and all his soldiers into the dungeon, explaining to them that he will get to the bottom of this and that, let me go deal with this wizard. Conan knows exactly where the problem lies. It's the wizard. It's the wizard every fucking time. So Frolic explains, he tells Conan some lies about how the prince's people murdered the princess, and then when the prince saw it, he threw himself down on top of her corpse, and he died as well. And then the armies have been battling ever since. And when he brought this information back to the king, blah, 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 his crystal ball can show him everything. He offers Conan some fruit. No one knows where the monkey came from. You can already tell what's going on. Somebody's not telling the truth. You can probably guess who it is. The monkey won't eat any of the fruit, throws it back at him. This guy explains to Conan that he's going to put the monkey in the box so he doesn't, cause any more trouble. Sends Conan on his way. And trying to remember what he tells Conan to go do. The wizard tells Conan that the plague must be natural and that he had nothing to do with it, and it's not something his powers can address, and there's no cure. They don't know how it happened. None of them know how it happened. Conan explains that he can't tell him anything about the plague's true causes. This guy actually knows what a monkey is, so he's the only one in the comic that knows the actual name for the little animal, the monkey. Conan rides off. He's got the monkey in the box, and when he returns to the camp, again, it's abandoned, and everyone has turned into trees. And when Conan opens the box for the monkey, Conan is also starting to show signs of the plague, and he realizes he's been scammed, and he's just got a box full of fruit, no monkey at all. So Conan has a pretty good idea of what's going on already. And here's how he finds out. G.I. Joe, Cobra Commander, and Hawk. I thought that was Duke, but they said down here that that's Hawk. I think it's Duke. Conrad Hauser. So Conan gets back, unlocks the dungeon, and finds the king and all his people have grown into trees. Goes back to the wizard's chamber, finds the crystal ball. Now here is where Conan uses a little bit of wizardry himself. The wizard told him, Frolic, told him that this crystal ball can show him the past, the present, and the future. So he looks in there, asks about the prince and princess, and it shows him how they eloped together. I think this is the kind of stuff Shane was doing for a while, promotional art. I don't think that ever existed in a comic book. So someone drew that, didn't get to sign it, and we'll never know who it was. But the wizard has gone back out to the grove. Well, this is inside the crystal ball, right? The wizard chased them out to the grove, turned the princess, his princess, into a tree. The prince freaked out and he turned him into a monkey. He's done all of this because, like Viago, I think his name was Viago in The Princess Bride, his goal is to set these two kingdoms to warring against each other. He believes that the princess's king will win and that he will gain power. He believes really whoever wins that he will gain power if the two kingdoms join forces. So again, evil wizard doing some nefarious shit. just like what we have going on in our current society. He lies to the king. Conan takes the box. He has the monkey. He leads the monkey back out to the forest. He wants the monkey to show him which tree is the princess, because he's going to cut it down and burn it. They get back out to the grove, though, and where there had been no trees and only one tree that was the princess, now there are hundreds. And the monkey refuses to show him which one is the princess. So you can see where this is going to go. Conan is in the area and confronts the wizard. Conan knows what's going on. He's followed him out there. He left the crystal ball. This guy, instead of turning Conan into a monkey or into a tree, he releases all these demons to fight Conan. Conan has a torch and a sword, sets to. His feet are already becoming trees, and so is the wizard. The wizard is also infected. They've all been eating the fruit. None of them knew that this fruit was growing from the princess, right? That's where all this fruit came from her and all the other trees that were once people. You eat the fruit, you become a tree. I have zero complaints about this comic book. This is I wouldn't say a perfect comic book, but this is a by the numbers Conan the Barbarian issue, single issue, pocket episode. And 22 pages. Conan confronts him, has to fight these demons. He's becoming a tree. He tells the monkey, take the torch and set the wizard on fire. As he throws the torch, it doesn't get close enough. So the monkey, of course, the monkey is the prince, right? We know that now. The monkey is the prince. He grabs up the torch. It's Dungeons and Dragons page. Grabs up the torch, sets the wizard on fire. Everyone is released. Everyone's back to being people again. The prince and princess live happily ever after. Coyote from Epic Comics. Buy this book or I'll shoot this coyote. I want to know what this is about. I love coyotes. I would love to have a coyote as a pet. It would be awesome. But I don't have the time, money, or energy for a pet. I am too busy. So that's it. This is the quickest review for a Conan comic I've done in quite a while. As I said, I have no complaints. The art is great. The issue is great. Kool-Aid on the back. I love the rainy Northern European artwork. No complaints on this issue at all. Hey guys, I am John Carrick, author of Legacy of a Mad Scientist and The Legend of Ashley Fox. Again, so proud of these books. They're here on YouTube as audiobooks for a while, probably another year or so. Got to get my shit together and finish my third one and then record it. So today we're looking at Conan. Obviously, we just finished that. And today's conflicted card, deck number 3, is, what is this? The 5 or 6 of spades. This is an interesting one. This one says Bishop Sorensen is facing crowds of starving people who are trying to force their way into his supplies. And what would you do in this case? You just break open the doors and give them everything? Do you try and lock them out? A bishop, if you're doing role playing like the pages of Dungeons and Dragons inside the comic, what is a bishop going to do? A bishop might not even get the chance to make the decision. It's going to be one of the lower priests or nuns who just opens up the supplies and gives them to everyone. And then it's over. Once that's done, it's over. So that's the thing you're going to see religious groups do. And I'm not judging that as right or wrong. Would I do that with my personal supplies? Just give them to strangers? Pathological white altruism is what's gotten us into this problem in the first place. So it's going to be interesting to see how everything plays out. I don't have a whole lot of shit to say today, and I'm pretty annoyed about this dog next door who's constantly barking. But yeah, there's a lot going on. There's a lot of shit happening right now, and it's going to be interesting to see how it all plays out. It's going to be really, really fascinating. In the next couple weeks here, I think next couple months, June and July. Anyhow, what do I know? See you guys tomorrow. Oh, before I go, I hope you guys are having a great weekend. I hope you're having fun. I hope you're out with your friends. I hope you're creating great art and writing or drawing or creating music or doing something fun. Enjoy your friends and family, and I'll see you tomorrow.